Hello everyone. Today we have the Rookery 16 as a Brewmaster monk. This one is one of the harder dungeons to time as a Brewmaster, and you'll see why in a bit. This is the route that I took. Holes 1 and 9 are definitely the hardest for all of this. Everything else is a bit manageable, but those two are the hardest. And these are the talents I took. Like I've said before, they can change depending on what you want. So here, I didn't take Anvil and Stave, and I only put 1 point in High Tolerance. So I can take the Fortifying Brew buff and Chi Surge, just so I can get more weapons of order on use. And this is the gear. Again, I've crafted the ring and the neck. This one, I opted to use the neck. I guess I can interchange it with Flickering Glowtorch. But I also use the Kajamite essence on my Chewie's towel to get the Ageless Serpent's Flowing Grace. But the gear's pretty much the same. The stats the same as well. 37% crit, almost 29% versatility. There's not really much of a change, but I do like using the two one-handers. Anyways, here we go with the run. So this was a Resilient 16, the Demon Hunter Asta. He was looking for people and managed to get in. We did it two times if I remember correctly. The first time we failed because in this first pool, we didn't get any kicks in on the Thunderers, and that's what's most important here. If you're not getting any kicks on these, your team is pretty much gonna get destroyed. It's three casters plus a Void Rider, so if anybody gets hit with a Lightning Bolt followed by the Void Rider's AoE, they're dead. Not to mention the fact that they have to avoid the orbs. So it's a lot going on, but with okay enough coordination, there I kicked the wrong target, which is something that's been happening to me a lot lately. So I need to kind of work on that, figure out why. It's probably um my enemy frames that or my enemy bars that I need to get fixed or something because sometimes I'm trying to click on one and it's not clicking, so might need to make the bars a little bit higher so I can click on it a little bit better. Or I should also set a focus kick macro, but you know, that's gonna be something I need to work on. But we managed to get through it. As you can see, no deaths. Its timer's a little bit faster than my 15, which I think I timed with like 9 seconds left, so the bar was pretty low on this on timing this one. So here again, you want to pull these two packs together. I recommend this as a Brewmaster because these two Stormbrooks, they do the single target damaging ability, right? In comparison to Stormbrook Void Rider, which means that it's a single target followed by an AoE. So it puts a lot of strain on your healer. And this is a little bit more manageable, I think, because it's one person using the defensive. It's the healer having to just worry about healing two people or three if it includes myself. And then we pretty much just have to focus on one of these before we chain in the next pack, which we do here. I think I chained in the Void Rider pack next. So it took me a while to kind of figure this out, which is kind of crazy because you would think that somebody would know this from doing as many dungeons as I've done, I guess. But I've been watching like other tanks do their routing, and clearly a Brewmaster routing is going to be a lot different compared to a Demon Hunter's routing. But you can learn a couple of things here and there. Obviously, like the people doing 19s and 20s, they're not doing this. They're doing something completely different that you probably wouldn't think about doing. But I just by looking at them and then kind of like making up my own little ideas of how we can pull this, I kind of came up with this as well. I know that in 19s and 20s they pull one of the packs into the boss, which is a bit crazy to me, but you know, they have coordinated kicks, they have better communication, so it makes a lot of sense for them to do. But this exact manner of pulling, we repeated on the other side. There again, Pally died because we didn't get kicks. And then overlapping kicks. There, the Demon Hunter got that one and I got it as well. So now it's like one less kick. Not to mention the fact that priests don't have an interrupt. So it's a one interrupt less that we have the entire time. And we go to the next side and we repeat the same thing. So we pull the 2 packs on the side that have the Storm Rook. Just making sure that we get these a little bit low before we chain pull into the next one. Having 3 kicks apart from these, well, having 3 kicks in total is probably a bit hard to do, considering the fact that we only have 4, so we don't have a lot of room to kind of fix that mistake if we overlap kicks. Imagine 3 people kick once, it's not gonna happen. There I used exploding keg to pull it. I would have much rather liked to use keg smash, just because exploding keg would really help here with just the group aggro. But I wanted to chain it a little bit faster. Stormrook is low, so I'm looking to pull the next pack, just waiting for it to get away from the boss before I pull it. Don't want to accidentally aggro the boss and then just screw up the run. Now, I will say that there is a bit of a bug, I think, with these Void Riders. It happened in one of the 17 runs that I did. So apart from timing this on 16, I have timed it on the 17 already. So these videos are gonna be a little bit out of order, just because I timed some 17s before 16s. So it's just funky. It's just I'm taking whatever group I can get into and try to help time it. So this one I timed 16, and then later in the day I timed the 17 as well. Guilty of mine has 17 resilience, and he wanted to bring his key up, so we decided to do it. So the videos might be a little bit out of order. Like the first 17 I timed was Workshop 17, which I haven't put up, but I'll put it up probably in a few days after this. And then I have the theater paint video coming out as well in a couple of days after. But kind of the reason why I do this is because I've been looking up Brewmaster videos for these keys in this level, and I can't seem to find any. So I guess the idea is for you to watch these and kind of just like learn what not to do, right? So even if you learn like from my mistakes, that should be some kind of hope. Or like if you have any questions about like anything that I do in the route, like you can ask. I've been watching a Poa stream, and I've been he's really good at answering, so I really appreciate him for that. He's the number 2 Brewmaster. He was number 1 at the time when I timed this, I think.
Watch your step.
But he's really good at answering questions and like anything like that. So if you are ever looking to watch a Brewmaster stream on Twitch, yeah, you should probably go to his stream. Anyways, here what I did when we get that AoE debuff is just that we scatter, and then I move a little bit to the right just so I can clear a path in front of the bird so that we can stand in there. So as you can see again here, and then I move to the little open area, just making sure that it's giving my melee DPS a place to stand in. Here we're running around like headless chickens trying to pick a side. But that's pretty much the entire boss fight there. You just have to not overlap the swirlies, and then just strafe a little to the left or to the right so that the lightning swirls leave an open path for you to stand in when you DPS. Because remember, like, even if you're not DPSing for 2 seconds because you can't get in close range, like you're missing out on DPS. So again, here.
Watch your step.
No, things like that make a big difference. But yeah, this is the boss fight.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
That's Kyrios. So when you get down here to pick up a feather, when you're jumping down, make sure you hit a bird because you get a buff. Try not to land into the circles, but you get a buff. So you can see that it's a 5-minute buff. So whenever you are attacking or
Finally,
damaging anything,
I thought I'd
you'll
handle the
randomly
fight
just shoot out
sorted on
lightning,
my own.
and any little bit of DPS helps, you know. So here I'm targeting the Oracle because I'm trying to get the first interrupt on it. Demon Hunter has it. This pull here, interrupts are important. Like, they're super important. Just
Brilliant.
because you want to make sure that you have everything gathered together. And if you don't, that's a problem. There I'm dropping Ring of Peace on top of the group just so that the Void Crushers, when they leap, you can negate the damage they do because they bounce into the Ring of Peace. So that's something that you can use defensively. This is one of the areas where you can use it defensively, right? Apart from using it
Brilliant.
for interrupts, you can use it to negate a lot of damage, especially when you have a diffuser who's doing a lot of AoE damage to your team. You don't want somebody to get hit by a Crusher's Leap and then, you know, destroyed. But here, apart from getting the diffusers down, you definitely want to get those oracles down too. It's just less cast interrupt and less stuff that you have to kind of worry about. Here the crusher is a little bit low. I know I can chain pull the next stuff. Blackhawk statue into AoE taunt, like that's super important.
Brilliant.
Like, and it's super important for two reasons. One, our threat kind of sucks, and two, demon hunters do a lot of um, a lot of single target damage. So you need as much help as you can with the threat. There, the priest died because the void crusher leapt onto him, and I think they also got the arcane void.
Pulling in.
Um, yeah, it was two. Yeah, he got hit by the void crush. So I was a little bit too late there on the ring of peace. You can probably go back and see it. Anyways, here I'm pulling the sleeping void crusher, chain it into this. If you don't pull that one, you're gonna have to pull two into the room where we do the lust pull, and you kind of don't want to do that. It's just more AoE damage that the group is taking. So it's better off just chaining it into this corner pack. So it's also giving my teammates probably a little bit of time to get their cooldowns, making sure that everybody's ready. You always have to single target DPS one down. We're gonna pick the one on the left. Black Ox statue AoE taunt right away. It's fine if I get hit by that. I have defenses for it. There, I've used Dampen Harm immediately. Ring of Peacing my group so that the Void Crushers don't destroy them. Just trying to make sure that we're not dying here. What would have been better? Probably would have been if I would have marked the way we were supposed to go. Things just got a little bit crazy here. But as soon as these oracles start to die, like everything starts to get a little bit easier. Big props to the healer. This healer was amazing, honestly. There I'm tossing a random Vivify into my hunter, making sure he doesn't die. But they did a really good job. The hunter did a really good job. LOSing that Arcane Void, you know, like everything matters. Like all these little things definitely matter. It's like less damage intake. It's less for the healer to heal, who honestly did a great job. There you just have to pull it into the boss. It's not really much else to do there. And then what I kind of liked about this is the DPS were pretty smart. They didn't just start going all out on everything. Like they kind of waited for it to group up and for me to kind of start attacking before going crazy. Because if not, things get crazy. Those little civilians, they do damage.
Target you.
Here you get the chaotic corruption, and I think one of the main problems here in Pugs is that people don't know that you have to pass it off to different people, and then when they pass it off to the same person twice, they get destroyed. If as a tank, I take a lot of damage, as a DPS or a healer, you're gonna take a lot of damage.
Target you.
So there you get chaotic corruption. Passes off to the demon hunter, and I'm gonna try to stand on him so I can take it. If you have diffuse magic, you can take the debuff twice, right? diffuse magic really just lowers the damage you take from it to be a lot less. Also considering the fact that it's a 6-second defensive, and I think the chaotic corruption lasts somewhere around 10. So you can tank 4 seconds of the debuff being doubly stacked. There I touch the death so that I can get the 5% damage, but I also got a phone call in the middle of that and I answered and I died, so that kind of sucked. So again, just pay attention. The phone call wasn't even important, to be honest. But we managed to recover, so yeah, that was a stupid silly death on my behalf. And that's pretty much the whole fight. Here you go. Now for the last part, you need a parasol for this. If you didn't buy it from the traders last month, you can get one in Revendreth by doing a daily, I think, or there's a quest that you can do. You can get a parasol. The reason you need it is because skipping the first set of civilians with the void stone downstairs is important because it has a lot of health, it does a lot of damage, and we kind of don't need it for the count, right? We've already gotten 75%, and after this we have around 80, 81. So we just need to get the last 19. And the last 19 we'll get from the 3 packs that are surrounding the platform where we're going to stand for the Void Monstrosity fight. So killing that Void Stone is not necessary. Not to mention the fact that it gets empowered by 15 of those civilians. So that's like 30% more damage it's dealing. You're not going to be able to heal through that. It's just too much. So remember to use your parasol before you jump. If you don't use it before you jump, you're not gonna. It doesn't work when you're jumping down. That's not how it works. Here I'm trying to remove it, but I ended up removing another buff. I don't know which one I removed. But I wanted to remove it because I wanted to drop down faster. But again, I need to fix my bars there because you can see I'm trying to click around and I'm not getting to it. You can chain these into it, and again, Black Hawk statue into a AoE taunt. That's all you gotta do. Once these crushers are a little bit low, I'll be looking to pull the next Descendant pack. So, Jade Lightning into it, and again, I had already used the taunt on it, so it made it a little bit spicy here to get these civilians, but once I got the AoE taunt in, it was all good. We're all set. And we're gonna chain this into the next pull to avoid over there. And just because we need to save as much time as we can. You need about roughly 6 minutes for the last boss. That sounds a little bit outlandish, but you really do. It's just that if the DPS isn't DPSing, you're gonna need to go through 3 absorbed shield phases, and those absorbed shield phases take a while. But luckily here the DPS is really good, apart from the heals being amazing, so I don't think we needed the full 6 minutes. Okay, we survived that. Make sure you don't get knocked off the platform. I almost did here. Luckily, I rolled in time. So, for the Void Monstrosity, there's just two important things that you have to remember. Number one being,
Defensive.
when you get this, you can roll out of it. Don't take it straight on you. Like, you don't need to do that. Just roll out of it, strafe to the right,
Watch your step.
and hit your roll button, and you're good.
Defensive.
Again, just making sure that when I roll, I land on the safe area. Even if you do get hit by one of those circles, you'll be okay. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, whoever's on your side, use your instant vivify to heal them if you get a
Defensive.
chance. Like it does a huge amount of healing work for your healer, and you don't need it because as you'll see, you'll always have one or two orbs to use um
Defensive.
with your expel harm, so you're gonna be topped off.
Watch
Or
your
you have
step.
a defensive you can use. So you don't really need to use the vivify on yourself, and it would definitely help out whoever's DPSing on your side. So here we lusted a little bit early to get the most out of this. Start using all of your offensive abilities. Blackout kick combo is always on target palm. You don't have to use it on fire breath just because you're not getting hit, so it doesn't make any sense to use it now. You can use it after the phase is over. And that's pretty much it. In one phase, we got it down to 60%, so
Defensive.
insane DPS. Demon Hunter and the Hunter were just putting in work here. But again, always the same thing. Just roll out of it. Make sure you toss your Vivify on the DPS that's next to you.
Defensive.
If you get Weapons of Order, try to save it for the burn phase. Just because every little bit of DPS counts. I know my damage here in this boss is pretty low. I need to
Watch your
figure out
step.
why. I've seen other Brewmasters. Like I've seen
Defensive.
Poa on his, and he's doing close to like 2 mil, which is insane. It's literally double what I'm doing now. But I'll be looking into that and see what I can do to fix it. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the fight. And that's the Rookery 16 as a Brewmaster. It's one of definitely the harder dungeons that we have this season, just because we take a lot of damage and it's a bit tough on the healer, especially during those huge AoE pulls. But it's possible, it's doable. Now for the overall damage, as you can see, the DPS were all really good, and the healer too. And again, my damage, quick breakdown, nothing too special. And my healing bugged again. Celestial Fortune keeps ticking because of the cloaking enchant. So Celestial Fortune was number 2, not number 1. But, what can I do about it? And the healer stats, well, their healing done. Amazing. Jaela, really good job. So that's the 16 Rookery. I timed the 17 the same day. Again, I wasn't able to record it because it was kind of a spur of the moment type of thing, and I didn't really want to record another video. But the next video I'll be uploading would be the workshop video. And then after that, followed by the theater paint. So I'll be doing that within the next 2 or 3 days. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Take care.